If you have a strong purpose in life, you don't have to be pushed. Your passion will drive you there. Every day when I go to bed, it's my year end. And when I wake up, it's my new year. Action springs not from thought, but from a readiness for responsibility. Accept yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your truths, and know what tools you have to fulfill your purpose.
When your intentions are pure, so too will be your success.
Talking without thinking is like shooting without aiming. You are exactly where you need to be. If you want something, do something about it. Otherwise, it will be your whole life.
Never give up. Things that you keep dreaming about will happen one day.
Don't panic. It's normal to get lost every once in a while. Caught up in a whirlwind, sometimes winds too get lost. Of everything you could be and everything you do, the greatest thing of all, Henry, is simply to be you. We have no right to express an opinion until we know all of the answers. Be a lamp or a lifeboat or a ladder. Help someone's soul heal. Walk out of your house like a shepherd.
History, Stephen said, is a nightmare from which I am trying to awake. Be grateful for what you already have while you pursue what you want.
The worst thing he told me is bitterness. People end up so bitter. If you keep on making excuses to me, what you are doing is teaching me to always make excuses to you. Guilt is a feeling that you owe a debt that you're not paying.
I like people who refuse to speak until they are ready to speak. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. If it is to your advantage, make a forward move. If not, stay where you are. Imagination is the highest form of research.
I knew who I was this morning, but I've changed a few times since then. Teachers are the one and only people who save nations. The life you have left is a gift. Cherish it. Enjoy it now to the fullest. Do what matters now. You are not just for the right or left, but for what is right over the wrong. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. There is only one day left, always starting over. It is given to us at dawn and taken away from us at dusk.
You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Silence is a true friend who never betrays.
Things will get easier. People's minds will change, and you should be alive to see it. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then quit. No use being a damn fool about it. Choose your steps wisely, because your footprints may be followed by others. If a man empties his purse into his head, no one can take it from her. What we like to think of ourselves and what we really are rarely have much in common. A warrior who is prepared to fight must also be prepared to die.
The enlightened ruler is heedful, and the good general full of caution.
Nothing is built on stone, all is built on sand, but we must build as if the sand were stone.
We are willing to believe anything other than the truth. Always stand up for truth, regardless of who steps on it. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing.
Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. There's only so much emotional superglue in a person's soul that everything just stays broken. You must learn to let go. Release the stress. You were never in control anyway.
The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want. There's nothing in the world that breeds success like success.
There is nothing impossible to they who will try. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. When you can't get what you want, get what you need. The truth was only another mass, even if it was the best fit, closest to skin and all that lay beneath.
Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood.
This, the language of deception, we both understand. We were born to it, along with the curses.
Life isn't about escaping, but it's all about experiencing.
Money gives you freedom. Freedom gives you happiness.
Hearts can't be broken because they're made of marzipan.
There are truths which are not for all men, nor for all times. It is not easy to keep silent when silence is a lie.
The storm is what they threw at me. The hurricane is what I became.
Stay calm in times of trouble, and all the turbulence around you will obey you. The dream was always running ahead of me. To catch up, to live for a moment in unison, was the miracle. The truth cuts like the sharpest knife I've ever known.
Don't waste your time with explanations. People only hear what they want to hear.
Our most significant opportunities will be found in times of greatest difficulty. We could only choose which path to take to our destination. What happened along the way was entirely up to chance.
When you trip over love, it is easy to get up. But when you fall in love, it is impossible to stand again. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand.
The truth is found when men are free to pursue it.
People who belittle people will belittle people and will accomplish very little. Be like seeds. Do not see dirt thrown at you as your enemy, but as ground to grow.
Most people don't care, and some secretly want you to fail.
Speak to me. I will spend my lifetime trying to understand you. We are all worms, but I do believe that I am a glowworm.
You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. I never approve or disapprove of anything now. It is an absurd attitude to take towards life. The triumph can't be had without the struggle. My happiness grows in direct proportion to my acceptance and in inverse proportion to my expectations. We're not words, Henry, we're people. Words are how others define us, but we can define ourselves any way we choose. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. Autumn is a place where words fall short. It is a magic that must be felt, breathed, experienced, and treasured. Problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines.
Filter out the irrelevant noise. Focus on the objective.
Imagining that you are deep and complex, but others are simple, is one of the primary signs of malignant selfishness.
A lion chased me up a tree, and I greatly enjoyed the view from the top.
A creative life cannot be sustained by approval any more than it can be destroyed by criticism. A smart person knows how to talk. A wise person knows when to be silent. Your worst enemy might just be someone you trust the most. Beware of the wolves in sheep's clothing. Acquiring wisdom is great, but it is not the goal. Applying it is.
The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is.
If you think you can do a thing, or think you can't do a thing, you're right. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet.
When truth is replaced by silence, the silence is a lie.
Make life easier by living in the present and believing in the future. The body is wiser than its inhabitants. The body is the soul. The body is God's messenger.
Many things are not as they seem. The worst things in life never are. True goodness springs from a man's own heart. All men are born good. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose.
Don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. Playing it safe is the most dangerous thing you can do in life.
In order to form an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must, above all, be a sheep.
Do what you can with what you have where you are. An unbreakable mask and cunning are the keys for executing a plan flawlessly. We don't meet people face to face, but waste our time on social media's embrace. It is better to remain silent at the risk of being thought a fool than to talk and remove all doubt of it.
You fall because you are human, and rise because you are divine.
If everything was perfect, you would never learn and you would never grow.
The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. I was never aware of any other option but to question everything. No one else has ever opened doors for me. I opened them myself. An opinion should be the result of thought, not a substitute for it.
There is another alphabet, whispering from every leaf, singing from every river, shimmering from every sky. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you know who you are. Storms hit your weakness, but unlock your true strength. One must work and dare if one really wants to live. I found out that there weren't too many limitations if I did it my way. Those who make conversations impossible make escalation inevitable. The goal of life is to make your heartbeat match the beat of the universe, to match your nature with nature. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time.
You become mature when you become the authority of your own life.
There are ships sailing to many ports, but not a single one goes where life is not painful. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. To maintain an army at a distance causes the people to be impoverished.
You grow mentally weak when your life is too comfortable.
Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Above all else, guard your heart, for it affects everything else you do.
Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do.
The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching.
Everything, no matter how beautiful, is only with us for a while.
Treachery and violence are spears pointed at both ends. They wound those who resort to them worse than their enemies. Time doesn't heal emotional pain. You need to learn how to let go.
Do good. Live in the most positive and joyful way possible every day.
All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure. When there are many worlds, you can choose the one you walk into each day.
Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. Keep working hard, and you can get anything that you want.
Any war that requires the suspension of reason as a necessity for support is a bad war. Avoid the inelegance of assumption, the astigmatism of disregard. Free your thoughts.
When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave.
The most important day in your life is the day when you come to realize who you really are.
The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection.
He who knows does not speak, He who speaks does not know. Life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man could invent. If you try to change it, you will ruin it. Try to hold it, and you will lose it.
From a certain point onward, there's no longer any turning back.
If your absence doesn't bother them, then your presence never mattered to them in the first place. You never change your life until you step out of your comfort zone. Change begins at the end, your comfort zone. You only have to do a very few things right in your life, so long as you don't do too many things wrong.
Gratitude creates hope, and hope activates the law of attraction.
Though the road's been rocky, it sure feels good to me. To burn always with this hard gem-like flame, to maintain this ecstasy, is success in life. Your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from here. Once you make it to your point of making it, you'll appreciate the struggle. Live and act within the limit of your knowledge, and keep expanding it to the limit of your life.
I'd rather die while I'm living than live while I'm dead. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of.
Nobody will save you, some can't even save themselves. What you perceive as a failure today may actually be a crucial step towards the success you seek. Never give up. We often think of failure as a negative experience, but it can teach us so much if we are open to learning from it. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Life gave me lemons, then I met you and you had vodka. Now my life is a party.
We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine.
We know everything, we just haven't thought of it yet.
It's such a shame to waste time. We always think we have so much of it. Apparent confusion is a product of good order, apparent cowardice of courage, apparent weakness of strength.
Normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly.
Procrastination makes easy things hard and hard things harder.
Try telling the truth for a whole week, and just see how much trouble you get in.
Don't leave it all unsaid, somewhere in the wasteland of your head.
Every time you spend money, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures. To know you are ignorant is the beginning of wisdom.
No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions.
Striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. The heart is the toughest part of the body. Tenderness is in the hands.
The search for truth is more precious than its possession.
Even if people do not understand you, at least they do not possess the same ability as your bizarre uniqueness.
Truth often sacrificed for the sake of stability and peace.
Those who are wise won't be busy, and those who are too busy can't be wise. Allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts off being excellent. Light cannot lose in a race against darkness, even if denied a head start. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself.
First learn to become invincible, then wait for your enemy's moment of vulnerability.
All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual.
Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference.
No one knows your truth but you. If you're secure in yourself, no one and no can touch you.
It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common.
Perhaps the truth depends on a walk around the lake. A celibate clergy is an especially good idea because it tends to suppress any hereditary propensity toward fanaticism. Sometimes the right thing feels all wrong until it is over and done with. Some beautiful paths can't be discovered without getting lost. Try it before you doubt it, because it might just be for you.
The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms.
There's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for. If you take responsibility for yourself, you will develop a hunger to accomplish your dreams. If the emotions are free, the intellect will look after itself.
In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them.
I prefer for my world to have the highest certification of being a faithful representation of the exterior world.
Truth is neither objectivity nor the balanced view. Truth is a selfless subjectivity.
Learn to live deeply and realize that all experiences, good or bad, are transient and opportunities for liberation.
You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it.
The only thing standing between you and your dreams is reluctance. Everything existing in the universe is the fruit of chance and necessity. Anyone can hide. Facing up to things, working through them, that's what makes you strong. We all take a different path to the same place. Why we took the path we did will always be a mystery. Art and life are subjective. Not everybody's going to dig what I dig, but I reserve the right to dig it.
One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful.
To leave, after all, was not the same as being left. When we least expect it, a new door opens on its own to take us where we belong. Watch for the thing that will show itself to you, because that thing, when you find it, will be your future. The life of the enemy. Whoever lives for the sake of combating an enemy has an interest in the enemy staying alive.
Attack where he is unprepared. Sally forth when he does not expect you.
Do it alone, do it broke, do it tired, do it scared, just do it. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. We live in a dark and romantic and quite tragic world.
It would be so nice if something made sense for a change.
Being interesting isn't important, but being happy is, as well as being a person you're proud of. All progress takes place outside of your comfort zone. Every passion borders on the chaotic, but the collector's passion borders on the chaos of memories. Whatever stories we make up about ourselves, others will tell a different one.
My fear was not of death itself, but a death without meaning.
We cannot reach the pinnacle except by taking advantage of the abilities we have and acquiring those that we do not. There are two types of pains, one that hurts you and the other that changes you. Because even though the truth can set you free, that doesn't mean it won't be painful. Summer is for surrendering, winter is for wondering. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, enthusiastically act upon will come to pass. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. Stress is a consequence of negative happenings or impact in life, but important is how to overcome it. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Man is able to decide for or against reason. He is able to create beyond reason or to destroy below reason. Anyone who fights for the future lives in it today. These mountains that you are carrying, you were only supposed to climb. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it.
Kendati batasantara kebebasan, dan ketidak pedulian terkadang saru.
You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough.
How quick come the reasons for approving what we like.
90% of everything you believe you can achieve in life you will. Sometimes you lie to deceive people. Sometimes you lie because you need the lie to become the truth. Lies do not lie, truth do, in the times of any act lie hidden behind. The future is something which everyone reaches at the rate of 60 minutes an hour, whatever he does, whoever he is. I don't need a lot, I just want to find my peace. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. Every person has a right to risk their own life for the preservation of it. Stop lying to yourself. When we deny our own truth, we deny our own potential.
The butterfly counts not months, but moments, and has time enough. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand.
Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy.
When people try to bury you, remind yourself you are a seed.
Accept yourself, flaws, quirks, talents, secret thoughts, all of it, and experience true liberation. Well, I must endure the presence of a few caterpillars if I wish to become acquainted with the butterfly. Well, it's hard to be yourself. It's the hardest job there is.
Life is pain. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. 3 rules of work. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity.
Think of one thing you can do that will make a big difference in what you are trying to achieve.
For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after.
Walk at your own pace. Don't run after others because your journey may not be the same.
Truth that came too late was as useful as a meal to a dead man.
Life is as easy or as hard as you think it is. Bring forward what is true. Write it so that it's clear. Defend it to your last breath.
Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. The truth doesn't cost anything, but a lie could cost you everything.
If we didn't fear the truths we didn't hear, we'd lose the need to fear the ones we did. It's as simple as that, simple and complicated as most true things are.
The distance between insanity and genius is measured only by success.
It is error only, and not truth, that shrinks from inquiry. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer.
All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree.
Look beyond the words spoken. Actions speak louder than words and reveal the true motives behind any pretext. That's the thing about life. A lot of the time, it isn't easy at all. We just have to try to make the best of it. The bird of paradise alights only upon the hand that does not grasp. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him.
Most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you.
The worst part of success is trying to find someone who is happy for you. Life is like a beautiful melody, only the lyrics are messed up. Great is truth, but still greater from a practical point of view is silence about truth.
Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality.
Illegal aliens have always been a problem in the United States. Ask any Indian. After everything has been said and done, all you have is your story. Make sure it's worth telling. Don't waste your time in anger, regrets, worries, and grudges. Life is too short to be unhappy.
Some things you hear with your ears, others you hear with your heart. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. If you wish to be out front, then act as if you are behind.
The bitter reality of truth can be wisely told in a sweet tale of lullaby. If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. Believe in yourself. You are braver than you think, more talented than you know, and capable of more than you imagine. Reality is what trips you up. When you walk around with your eyes closed, don't always wish to be like others. Always aspire to be better than them.
Behind every beautiful thing, there's some kind of pain.
Don't leave a piece of jewelry at his house so you can go back and get it later. He may be with his real girlfriend. It's the glasses that do not fit the nose, not the nose not fitting the glasses. I am inspired by people who are willing to confront the shadows of themselves and find light. If you care about someone enough, you'll always be there for them, no matter what.
The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by.
We don't get to choose what is true. We only get to choose what we do about it. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday.